What's going on, sins and commandments alike? This is Griever, your guys' host as always, bringing you guys the latest episode review of 7 Deadly Sins, Wrath of the Gods, Episode 7. Now, I feel like this review will be relatively short, but I also feel like every single time I say that to you people, it always ends up being the same amount of time, regardless. So I don't know what to do about that. Either way, this episode was, it had its drawbacks. It had its, once again, the still panels with the bad animation or the animation in general. A little bit spotty here and there for certain scenes. But one scene I want to talk about, one scene is, okay, so when we go through the episode, pretty much Zelda shows up and it's like, alright, are we going to get some great stuff? We don't really. At the end of the day, here's what happens. Zeldris confronts the two Gothers and Deanne in King Joel's body. Basically, Deanne says, Gothers, get out of here. I'll take care of this. She can't take care of this, and Zeldris gives her a choice and says, alright, do you want to join the Ten Commandments or do you want to die? And then we jump back to the present, back forth about this choice. And King Joel is standing there, you know, with Gloxinia and King basically saying, I just want to know, did I make the right choice? Was this the choice to make? But in that way, this test, it worked out in the end. But I have to question this test because at the end of the day, the whole point of this was to make Deanne and King stronger. It wasn't supposed to be a psychology episode. It wasn't meant to be their, like Joel and Gloxinia. It wasn't meant to be their therapy session and screw what happens to King and Deanne. It was meant to be a power-up. It was meant to be a way for them to see what happened and also power them up and train them. So this was an impossible choice. You had A and B. There was no C. And Joel knew that. Yet, it was like Gloxinia's was black and white. It was to choose to kill or to choose not to kill. It was black and white. The idea of Deanne's was Deanne had to make a very different choice. Like, basically create her own, like the multiple choice. It wasn't multiple choice, it was A or B. And she chose option C when it didn't exist. Now, I also question that. Zelda's stomping on her body. How did she manage to, with no magic, remember, no magic, get him off, run away, and not die before the spell? Because, as Gloxinia has explained, if you die in the memory, you die for real. Your body here would have died. So, I find it hard to believe that Zeldris, King of the Ten Commandments, leader, whatever, would not have, I don't know. It seems it's a bit of a stretch to me. But either way, that was the story. The anime didn't do it unjust or anything, so I'm fine with it. But it is questions that I have had, you know, when I read the manga. So I'm just bringing them up here now that I'm rewatching the anime, so to speak. Basically, that happens. Of course, we already saw in the last episode she got all her memories back. So she kisses King the moment the moment she wakes up and stuff like that. And they asked, and she said, well, option C, I ran away. And they're like, what? And then we jump over to the Fairy King's Forest where we see that Gloxinia and Gerhard are having a very nice reunion. Oslo gets really pissed because Oslo is, for all intents and purposes, the reincarnation of Ro. So he's not very happy about Gloxinia. But they have their little spiel. It's fine. But this is very interesting because Gloxinia seems to be the only one to realize that Oslo is Ro. Oslo will always protect Gerhard and, by extension, Harlequin because it's Ro. So Gloxinia is the one to realize this is really nice. It's an extended scene a little bit in the anime here, and this is what I'm talking about. Though not perfectly animated, the death scene thing shown in the flashbacks in Gluck's in his mind, like when I did that was actually done almost better than the actual death scene last episode. And once again, it's all down to the animation. This could have been way more powerful. The music score was there in this episode. Why couldn't you have just applied that same amount of tact? And I feel like, once again, the people who are making this are not passionate about the story. They're not passionate about the characters. And they don't understand what a great moment is. So, but either way, that all happens, and King and Deanne, once again, they're together. They discuss their feelings. It's like, I have my memories back. I love you. Well, I love you. Perfect. Whatever. Don't really care about those two characters. Least favorite of all the sins. Now, after that, what do we get? We get Merlin's, Bon, Escanor, Meliodas and stuff. They're standing on the tower where they were accused of 10 years ago, where they were accused of being murderers of Zaratros and stuff. We know that's not the case. Deanne and King suddenly appear because Gloxinia told King Deanne, don't worry about it, I'll protect the Fair King's Forest, you go back with the 7 deadly sins and you rejoin. So they go back there. They still think Meliodas is dead. Of course, Meliodas is under Deanne's butt. Not gonna lie, I like a big butt, so I'd probably be okay with it for a few minutes. Either way, Meliodas gets up. Blah, blah, blah. They explain, like, hey, we're all back together. This is great. Then Bartra comes out and shows Gowther something. Something special. Looks like a heart container from Twilight Princess. Specifically. Not Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, but it looks like from Legend of Zelda, it looks like the Twilight Princess version of the heart container, which adds another heart, of course, to Link's life. This is the equivalent. And apparently it was found in Gowther's chest. Now, we, the anime viewers, we, the manga viewers, we know exactly what this entails. And we're getting into some powerful level shit here, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting into some greatness. Some of the things, once again, Gowther, least favorite sin, automatically better than King and Deanne after knowing his backstory. Why? Right here, this heart container tells us all. Tells us everything. I'm excited to see what happens next. Gowther runs away from it. King Deanne are like, no, Merlin shrink me down to normal size. We got to chase him. We got to do this. Meliodas is like 7 deadly sins, rule number 4. We're always going to help a friend in need sort of idea. And here we go. So, really, not a whole lot happens in the episode. It's moving the plot along great. But, I mean, we basically get Deanne comes back from her memory scene. They both have a power boost. They fall in love. Great. Their relationship storyline should have ended. Should be over. Great. Don't need any Deanne King, will they, won't they episodes anymore. Happy about that. And now the 7 deadly sins are all back together. That's the basic summary in a couple of sentences of the episode. But either way, I'm excited for the next episode because here's where I like the Holy War stuff, but now this transition period's a bit of a lull, but now we're going to get into some good stuff. We're getting into some great stuff even. Give me 3, maybe 4 episodes. We will see some shit that They better pour their whole budget into certain episodes. They better pour their whole budget, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to spoil for any anime-only viewers, so I'm not going to say anything, but we're getting to it, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We're getting to it. So, that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's always very much appreciated. Hit that bell notification if you want to know every single time I drop a video. And don't forget to join that Discord in the link down below if you guys really want to talk anime, manga, or anything in between with me and a bunch of other people in said Discord. It's really a great place, and I think it's a pretty fun server. So, either way, like, comment, subscribe. Griever here as always. Catch you back here next time.